Lots of people ask about ways to use the oatmeal, and some of you find the caramel delight bar to be a little too hard to eat. And so I have created a cookie recipe that I think you're really going to love. So let's have fun with Fuelings. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizabeth, and I am living in the light by documenting my weight loss journey, and I am on a journey to lose 150 pounds. So far I've lost 131, so I have 19 left to go to my goal, and I use Optavia's 5-in-1 program. Part of the Optavia program has you eating 5 fuelings that come to you in your monthly Optavia box. They might come in envelopes like this, or it might be a bar like this that's already pre-made. And then you also eat 1 lean and green meal that consists of 5 to 7 ounces of lean protein and 3 servings of lower carbohydrate vegetables. I have lots of lean and green with me recipes on my channel as well, so I hope you'll check those out. And today what we're going to do is take, instead of just having the apple oatmeal as it's directed on the package, which to me is delicious, I love it that way, but I do, because I've been on this program for so long, I'm on week 56 this week, so I've had these fuelings quite a bit. I like to not just have them as they are, but also do what I call fun with fuelings, where I take 2 or 3 fuelings and I combine them together, divide them back into the same number of fuelings that I start with. So if I start with 2 envelopes, I end up with 2 fuelings. If I start with 3, I end up with 3 fuelings. And that just changes the texture, it changes the flavor, it just gives me a little bit of variety. I still eat bars the way they are, I'll use shakes the way they are, as well as mix them into things. I eat them oatmeal as it is, but I will mix it also and do some things. So I'm going to show you how to create caramel apple cookies, caramel apple oatmeal cookies using 3 specific fuelings. Before I show you what's in the actual fueling this time, would you please just scroll down a little bit and give this video a thumbs up? It really does help me. It helps my channel. It's just a small way that you can support me in my journey to help other people. I don't do Optavia. I am not a coach because I want to make money. If I could coach for free, I would, but I know that there are a lot of people out there who just want to have some support and encouragement, and so my YouTube videos is my way of giving back and helping other people to be successful, to see the level of success, hopefully, that I have seen in my journey as well. So if you would just scroll down, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. And I would also be honored if you would share videos. If you like this video, if you give this a try and you want other people to try it, if you would share it on social media, that also helps me as well. So today I'm going to use the Apple Cinnamon Spice Oatmeal, the Golden Butterscotch Blondie, and the Caramel Delight Crisp Bar. I'm going to combine these 3 fuelings together, and I am going to make some cookies. Now, I've done cookies on sheet pans before, but I recently found that if I use my jumbo muffin pan, they come out perfectly round, and I get at 2 per fueling, which makes me feel like I'm eating more as well. So if you don't have a jumbo muffin pan, you probably could use like the muffin top pans as well. Those are basically these, but just shallow. So give that a try if you've got that. This is not very expensive. This one actually came from Pampered Chef, but you can buy them at Walmart or Target or Bed Bath & Beyond, which is going out of business, so you might find a good deal. But give that a try, get one of these pans, and that should really help you. What I'm gonna do is I am going to use my bowl. I am going to dump in the Golden Butterscotch Blondie. A lot of times I weigh these things out so I get equal amounts, but I'm actually gonna scoop and more or less eyeball it, and I think I can, if I do that, I can get it fairly even among the 6 wells. And then I'm gonna add in the apple and cinnamon spiced oatmeal. You could use just the maple one if you wanted to, but I like the apple because it gives it that just a little bit of an appley flavor. Then I'm going to take, I have this little handy chopper. I've had this, I've said this before, I've had this since I got married back in the 80s. So it's been a while. We're about to celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary. So I'm gonna put this, usually these are like really hard, but this one is not as hard as it usually is. Put it in my little handy chopper, little food processor, chop it up with a knife, however you wanna do it. I'm gonna chop this up and I'll be back. Okay, just a few pulses of my little handy chopper and I've got it into small pieces. You just don't want big, gigantic chunks. And it'll break down a little bit more. The caramel is the thing that kind of gets a little sticky. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to take about 5 tablespoons of water. And so this little measuring cup holds 4 tablespoons if you measure to the line. But if I go to the top, it's about 5 tablespoons. So that's what I'm doing in there. It's as long as you've got 4 to 5 tablespoons, you want to be able to hydrate that oatmeal a little bit. So I'm just going to mix this, make sure that I don't have any dry pockets of mix anywhere. So, you know, scrape the edges, pull the stuff up from the bottom. And my oven is preheated to 375 degrees. So I've got that all mixed up. I'm gonna save my spatula because I know I'm gonna need it to scrape the bowl in a minute. And I'm gonna use a little bit of nonstick spray, use whatever kinds you like. And I'm just gonna spritz the bottom of these because it's really not even gonna touch the sides. All right. So I've got a little scoop. This is probably about a tablespoon size. And I'm gonna just start by evenly doing 1 tablespoon, 1 scoop per well and kind of see what I have left. And it looks like I can probably do about a half a scoop per well for the rest of the mixture. I'm gonna give that first one a little extra love because both of my scoops were a little bit on the light side when I did that. So that should make them about even. Now, when you do this, when you do these things, when you're working with the fuelings at all and you're trying to spread them out, the best thing you can do is use a little bit of water in a container and use your finger. Now, some of these recipes, when I've done some of these things, I've added a little extra water so it's a little bit soupier. But I'm gonna put a little bit of water on my finger and just kind of pat it out into a circle. And the water just keeps the mixture from sticking to my fingers because I don't want to lose any of that fueling, right? Now, when it bakes, it is going to spread just a little bit, but I'm gonna put this in 375. I'm gonna put it in for about 20 minutes and see how it goes. I do want them to be a little bit on the crispy side. I like my cookies that way. They'll be a little crispy on the outside, a little chewy on the inside. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook them for 20 minutes. I'm gonna rotate the pan halfway through. That just always is a good idea. And then after 20 minutes, I'm gonna flip them over inside the pan and I'm gonna put them in for another 5 minutes just to make sure that the other side gets a little crispy too. And so I'll be back in 25 minutes to show you what these look like. So in less than 30 minutes altogether, I have made 3 fuelings. One of these will be for later today, the other set. So I've got a total of 3 fuelings here, 2 cookies per fueling. These will be for other days. When I make fuelings ahead of time like this, I will put them in Ziploc bags or an airtight container and refrigerate them if I'm gonna eat them within a week, which usually happens. Occasionally I'll make like a huge batch of muffins or something like that, and I may do those put those in the freezer if I'm gonna keep them longer than a week. But 2 cookies per fueling. They're apple-y, they are cinnamony, They are oatmeal-y, they are caramelly, they are really good. So I hope that you'll give these a try. You can do any kind of combination, really. So if you want to do the brownie with the maple oatmeal and one of the fudge bars, the regular fudge crisp or the mint fudge crisp, those would be great. I have done things with the peanut butter crisp bar, all kinds of options that you can do. I did have somebody ask me about using the frosted cookie dough bar in a fueling. I don't have that one because it's really sweet to me, but I will consider getting some just to try some fueling ideas. If something rattles around in my brain, I will do that. I was not a big fan of the Butterscotch Blondie, but somebody had asked about using it in a Fun with Fuelings, and so I did buy them, and I have had some success with a few things. I have another one that's coming down the pike using the Butterscotch Blondie, so stay tuned for that. And let me know in the comments box down below what you think, or if you have other ideas or fuelings that you want me to try to find a way to use without using them the way that they are on the package and only using water. I will love to look into those things for you. Until I see you next time, please live in the light.